Hi guys, so this assignment that we're going to be doing, we are going to be inspired by the style of Andy Warhol's pop art. Specifically, one of his real big images was, this is actually just a little section of it. I think he had like 25 Marilyn Monroes in the whole picture. But basically we're going to be mimicking this sort of style, where it is an image that is repeated over and over, but we're using bright colors. So this is indeed Andy Warhol. This is not Andy Warhol. It's just emulated to look like Andy Warhol's image. But you know what this has in common is that you have bright colors making up the image, and it's being repeated over and over again. But every time it's using different colors. Okay, nice and bright. So the whole pop art movement was sort of to take everyday, commercial, regular, normal, everyday images from pop culture and sort of show them off in art. So there's this whole tomato soup can. That's sort of like pretty popular as far as Andy Warhol's images. He's also done Elvis Presley. He's done, like I said, Marilyn Monroe. He's done some politicians and such in the same style. So, how you start off, first of all, let me just show you my example. You're going to be finding an image of a cartoon. So here's the sample that you might have found in Classroom, and I used Goofy. I found a picture, then I cropped it into sort of a square-like shape, nothing too tall, nothing too wide, sort of square. And I just happened to do 9 of them. If you want to start off and try to do 6 different versions of it, that's fine. You can try 9, you can try other ones. I didn't do that great of a job. I could see that they're a little bit crooked, but you kind of want them on a nice and spread out, well, evenly spaced. And you want them kind of lined up. Like I said, now that I look at it here, this one's a little bit high, and these are a little too smushed together, so I might need to work on it. You could put them right up next to each other if you like. In fact, when I do this example again, maybe that's the way I'll do this. Okay, so to start, first thing you need is an image. So if you go into Google, you want a nice high quality picture, so you're going to find your cartoon image of what you want to do. Now you can, if you wanted to, you can even go ahead and get a picture of your own, like draw a picture if you want, and you can use Pixlr for that. Just make sure you save it. So here's the one that I used for the demo. I'm going to go right click and open image in new tab. I get it as large as possible. Then I right click and I save image, and I'm going to save it. Well, you guys are going to be saving it in your Google Drive, which is fine. Just make sure it's named right so you're not going to have a problem finding it later. And I already saved this one, so it'll just be another one. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up Pixlr. Now, if you have not watched the intro to Pixlr video, you may want to check that out before you start this project, so you can get to the basics. So Pixlr is pixlr.com, and we are using the E version. I don't know if it stands for expert or excellent or express. I'm not too sure. Now you can see this is the space that I've been working already, but you guys are going to be opening up an image that you're going to have from your Google Drive. And as I said, I'm opening it up from my desktop since I'm using a MacBook. So this one it's pretty clear that I'm going to be cropping this one. I don't think I need all of this space. It's up to you how you want to crop it. But if you're drawing an image, try to keep it kind of square. If you find an image and it's kind of already kind of square, that's fine. I just don't want anything to be taking up a lot of space horizontally or vertically. Try to keep it a little on the square side. So the last one I did, I had the hands shown and everything. This one I'm kind of coming closer to the face a bit. So once you're happy with it, you can apply it. Now once again, if you feel like your image is fine just the way it is, no need to crop it. If you drew an image and you like it the way it is, no need to crop it. So we're going to hit apply. Okay, So we are going to now select all, and we're going to copy it. So what this is going to do, now that it holds it in a place called a clipboard, so it's the last thing I just copied, so if I hit paste, it's going to paste it somewhere. So let's give it somewhere to paste it. Go to File, go to New Image. There's some presets already. This Instagram will work fine. It's 1080 by 1080, a nice square. That'll work out just fine. So just hit the Instagram preset, and this is your background. So if you remember, we will be able to now paste it. So there's our image. We want to put at least 6 across. I'm sorry, 3 across. So you want to make it small enough that you can fit 3 across. Now you might see that I have these guidelines. If you click on these gears as you're moving things around for your tool settings, you can click on Show Guides, and that'll give you the pink lines. So I want this one in the center, and I also want to make it small enough I could fit one over here and one over here. So I'm looking for, if you want to do 6, you can do 6. If you want to try for 9, you could try for 9. You just want to make sure the initial image is small enough so the other images around it can fit. Okay, so now we're going to be making a duplicate of this. So up on top here, again, as long as you're on this Move or Arrange tool, it gives you these options. You have a duplicate option. So hit duplicate. You could see a layer picked up here, and you just slide it over, just like that. Okay. I'm going to make another duplicate, and you slide it over. And again, this is when you want to try to make sure they're nice and even. If you want them to overlap, feel free to have them overlap. That is fine. So you're just going to keep this going until you have a bunch of them going. So I'm just going to put it on pause and then continue after I had 6 of them all lined up. All right, so they're all set up. So the layers on the left here, as you click, you'll see that the layer will be highlighted. So you just want to put color on each one of these layers. So to do this, an easy way to do this, and you might enjoy this, is you go to Adjustments and you go to Color Lookup. What this will do is it'll give you sort of a gradient of colors. It'll start, these are color stops, and you have 2 stops, just happen to have 2 stops, excuse me, on this one. This particular one, which is the first selection, is dictated by these 2 colors here. So I'm going to switch that in a minute. But if you like the way that one looks, you can just go ahead and apply it. So when I go to the second one, let's say that I'm going to change the colors in the foreground and the background, and that's just by clicking on them, and you get the color picker. And again, you want to try to deal with nice bright colors. So now if I go back to Adjustment and Color Lookup, you can see the first selection is using these 2 colors here. So that's one way that you can apply those colors, is just by selecting different colors here. But you do have other areas here. Let's go to a third one. You do have different color lookups. So if you click on these are all sort of built in. So if there's one that you particularly like, you can use it. Now let's say I really like the green, but I want something different than white. You can change this preset. All you have to do is click on the stop, and the color is there. Let's say I like the green, but I want to change out the white. So you're going to click on the white, then you click here where it has color, and let's say instead I want to go with, oh, I don't know. So I want to go with like a light blue kind of color, like an aqua color. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it, and then I apply it. And then you can see it's applied here, and it's also on this color lookup. So some of these have 3 color stops. So let's go to Adjustments, let's go to Color Lookup. So as you click on them, sometimes you have these 3. So you can see it kind of messes it up. You don't see a lot of goofy anymore. But you can certainly spread these out, you can move them around, and then you can change the colors. So let's say the orange is pretty good, but I definitely want to try changing this. Oh, by the way, when you do slide these around, you can see that it's changing the location of those colors. And no longer are you just working with 2 colors or 3 colors. You now have like a, you have another color selected in there. So you're going to click on this color stop. Let's say I want to change it to, oh, I don't know. Let's see. I don't really want to do a red because a red's up here. Oh, by the way, you can see what's happening here as I pick a color. If I hover over areas here, let's say I want it to match this right here, I can apply that. So you just try things out. Let's say I want to go with white this time. And let's say here, instead of this blue, I want to do like a purpley kind of color. Yeah, that'll be cool. Okay, so you can see how things start working around. So you're just going to fill all 6 of these. If you want to go further and you want to try 9 of them, you can go right ahead. I'm giving you 2 days on this project. And so let's say that you are done for the day, because you know that this is a 2-day project, so you want to save what you have and continue it tomorrow. Go to File, and you go to Save. Now it's really important here, and if you remember this from when we use Photoshop, if you save it as a JPEG, it's going to flatten it. You're not going to be able to manipulate the layers individually. So you save it as a PXD. This is a Pixlr file. It's not a Photoshop file, it's a Pixlr file, but it does the same thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to now I have to hit download, and I can end up saving this in my Google Drive later, but it's in downloads. So if I close it, and then let's say I close this for today, and I want to go back to it, it should show up when you go to first open up Pixlr. Let's just say that they're gone here. So I'm going to go open up an image. Say this is the next day, and I know it's in downloads. I think you're going to end up putting it in your Google Drive, and I think I had it as untitled, which was a mistake. I should have saved it as a name. But if I open this, you can see that it's here. The only thing is that there's no background. So if you go to your layers and you see that there's nothing in the background, you can always fill it up with white in the background so it looks the same, but all the other layers are the same. All right, so have fun with this. Like I said, I'm giving you 2 days on this project. Have a cartoon picture, something nice and flat. Have at least 6 different panels, 6 different color schemes. And when you do pick the colors, make sure you have a nice variety of colors, but also have a good balance of color. You don't want to have like purple, purple, purple together. You want to kind of mix it up a little bit. All right, and try different things out. Hope you have fun with this project. All right, I'll see you next time. Like I said, 2 days on this, guys. So you don't need to submit anything in 5 minutes. You know, I'll see you in a couple of days.